Hey everybody, and welcome to another Chippa in the third person video log. It is Monday, the 17th of June, 2019. I want to start this out by saying happy birthday to my wife, the mother of my two awesome kids and co-host of the Creating Geeks podcast, Sarah Chipman. Happy birthday, babe. We on Saturday went down to Cape Cod for the day, which despite what people may think, was not hard to get to at all. It took an hour and 15 minutes to get right over the bridge into Sagamore, Sandwich area. There's a boardwalk in Sandwich. That's how we start every trip. We took a walk over the boardwalk with the kids, played around on the beach. It was awesome. Went to the Cape Cod Brewery, which has been expanding. I think it's been around for 10 years. They expand every year. They had some really cool stuff this year there. They had a sweet stout. They called it I forget what they called it. It wasn't an island stout. It was some whole tropical stout. There you go. Which they brewed with like a sweeter malt. It was delicious. It was, just a standard regular old stout, but had a sweeter body to it. It was really good stuff. They had an English old strong ale, which was delicious, and a different style for them. They had a double IPA, which, we're in fucking America. Everything's a goddamn IPA, but it was delicious. They had a cranberry wheat, and they had an oyster stout, which, for all of you out there that enjoy beer passing or have never tried it before, I think oyster stout, that sounds disgusting. Why would you put seafood in a drink? You got to try an oyster stout. The way the hops and the malt and everything interact with the briny saltiness of the oyster just makes a different tasting beer. It doesn't taste seafoodish. It's just different. It's definitely worth trying out. It's really good stuff. So, yeah, we started the day, at the beach and then the Cape Cod Brewery, and then we went to breakfast at the Pancake Man. Absolutely love the Pancake Man. We went to mini golf at Pirates Cove, and our daughter played every hole. It consisted of her hitting the ball a couple times, throwing it in the hole, and declaring that she won. But she did play every hole and only tossed her ball and club in the water once, which is a big improvement. So she's learning. She's enjoying herself. We also went to Cuffy's. Cuffy's is a really cool shirt and store and general store down there. We went to A&W restaurant, which, those of you from Canada and more of like upstate, New Hampshire and Maine may have seen a couple of these. But A&W root beer, well, they have a fast food chain. And this particular one is a lot more like a Five Guys or a Johnny Rockets than a fast food place. It's definitely like an old school, like 50s drive-in kind of feel to it. And they add a lot of local Cape Cod things to the menu. So they've got clams and scallops, and the prices are really, really damn good. It's just a fun place to go, and you can get, a draft A&W root beer. You can put a scoop of ice cream in it if you want. It's, old-fashioned good time. And then we went to the absolute best part of any trip to Cape Cod, in my opinion. We went to Sunday School, which is Sunday, like the ice cream Sunday school. It's a great ice cream place. My cousin Kristen, when she got married, actually had their ice cream catered for dessert to go with the cake at her wedding, which I thought was amazing. They got married down there, of course. And, it was just an all-around great day. We got back home, and then Sunday was Father's Day. We went out to breakfast with my father-in-law and my sister-in-law. Had a great time at the International House of Pancakes in Salem, Massachusetts. And then I spent the day in the middle of Father's Day going around Salem on a mystery quest to spread around advertisements for something I've mentioned on this show that I'm not going to quite say the date and everything else yet, but exciting times are coming. So be on the lookout for that this week. Then we met up with my mother and sister and brother-in-law And my brother, Movie Bob, of course, he got to see Ava and Jake, which he absolutely adores and loves. We hung out. We had an interesting snafu with dinner. We, planned for the day. We'd order pizzas from Polcari's, which is the Polcari family, that started Pizzeria Regina in the North End, which is a pretty well-known pizza place in Boston. Kind of one of the two big ones. You got Sant'Arbio's and Pizzeria Regina, and I love them both. But they have a straight-up Italian restaurant in Saugus. And we called to order pizza from them, and my brother was right around the corner to pick it up, and no one was answering the phone. The phone was just going straight to voicemail, and he drove by and said that there was no one in the parking lot, and their website said, come enjoy Father's Day at Polcari's. So we were very concerned. Turns out that area of Route 1 in Saugus and Linfield had a massive power outage and had to close like all the businesses. So that was weird. So we ordered Chinese food from Jade Pacifica, our very favorite Chinese food in the entire area. A lot of people love the Kowloon's guy. And Kowloon's is definitely a fun place to go. It's very cool. But their Chinese food is it's alright. We like the place. But this little hole in the wall in Lynn, Jade Pacifica, tops. Very fresh tasting, good stuff. So we always order from there when we're ordering Chinese food. So an old Chipman family standstill, and the night was a success. My sister and her husband brought their dog. My daughter absolutely loves dogs. She was chasing her around like crazy. And we just had an all-around wonderful time. So thank you to Mom for the save there at the end of the day. We were originally going to go to Salem Willows, which is like an outdoor arcade right on the waterfront in Salem, but the rain kind of stopped that from happening. So all around great weekend. Went down to the Cape on Saturday for my wife's birthday. Had a nice Father's Day for me with the kids. My family's gonna get a spring cleanup and some landscaping done on our property for a Father's Day gift, which, with all the minimal free time that me and my wife have, it'd be really nice to wake up on a weekend and actually go outside and enjoy our yard and not spend the weekend working on enjoying it. So this is going to be great. So all around, fantastic weekend, fantastic Father's Day. In other news, so it sounds like Toy Story 4 is really good. I haven't seen it yet. My brother saw it, said it was fine. It's actually quite good. The critics are all saying it's good. I'm eating crow. I thought it looked really underwhelming and potentially not great, but guess I was wrong, so can't wait to see it. I'm really liking still, even though I don't think there's any world in which the movie can be good, and maybe it's just because I have such a love for the original films and the fact that Don Mancini still has the rights and is still making his own Chucky movies. But the new Child's Play movie, I gotta say, the ad campaign is great. The movie looks nice and old-fashioned, a lot of animatronic and puppet work. Mark Hamill's voice is, of course, a reason to go. The score they released in the last couple of days, the Bear McCreary score, with Mark Hamill singing the really creepy "I'll Be Your Buddy" song at the end of it, is really good. The Toy Story posters with it looking like Woody and other characters were being murdered by Chucky were brilliant because it's releasing the same weekend. So, I mean, maybe it's good. I don't know. I really can't think of much else off the top of my head. So I didn't know. I knew that, Banjo and Kazooie are being added to Smash Brothers. This is a huge, hopefully, burying of the hatchet between Nintendo and Rare. Rare was the greatest thing that ever happened, for Nintendo. A third-party company that teamed up and were making games on par with the Nintendo games of old. To see Banjo-Kazooie end up back in Smash Brothers, or end up in Smash Brothers for the first time, that's fantastic. The Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest folks ending up in the game is fantastic. And my brother showed us this awesome trailer for a game called Fall Guys, which the kids just ate up, and I hope is is some good stuff. So hopefully on one of these some morning I'll have that, I teased the announcement a couple of days ago on what it's going to be. I'm not going to talk it up every day and lose the oomph of the release finally, but if you're wandering around Salem, Massachusetts and you see something hanging up that looks like it might be about something I'm doing, feel free to post it, and then the cat's out of the bag. But until then, enjoy that quest if you're local, and hopefully later this week I get to unveil what's going on. And until then, this has been Chippa, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye.